we're walking home in the rain. Is there something wrong? 'Cause it's changed. We've never looked back before. We've never looked back before. When you feel so vulnerable, when you feel you lost control, take me by the hand. I'll be there. Oh, I understand all the feelings. Stay through the night and morning. You're all I've ever wanted. Take me by the hand if you need it. Sink in the sand. I can free you. Stay through the night and morning. You're all I've ever wanted.
Sound waves reaching the microphone are changed into impulses of electric current.
No need to worry about your pre-recorded music tapes being accidentally erased. It can't happen.
Welcome everyone here today as we are going to do something that's not ordinary. We're going to replay a race, but to top it off, I'm going to do it live. So this is RevLine Truck Series inaugural season, and it is kicked off strong here at Talledega. For all the fans in the stands and everybody watching, I do appreciate it as I have donated some time and energy to bring this one to you as I was actually in the race. Over the top leaderboard, you'll see it is Smith, Coleman, Battering, Ebert, Pugh are running top 5 currently. Is that something that's sure to come? Maybe. See that 05 Ally thing jump in front of the number 25 of Smith during practice. Maybe just getting a feel for what the draft is going to be like during the race. So let's go to the race details and see what these guys are working with. What we can expect. It is week 1 here at RevLine, and I tell you what, this 2.66 mile speedway is giving us a track temp of 79 degrees, and the weather outside not so nice. It is 69 degrees, overcast, and 4-mile-an-hour wind, so it is not going to be the easiest thing to deal with when it comes to the wind. Coming out on this thing, as it will tighten that bad boy up and make it an extra not so fun. See Battering just kind of running on his own, getting a feel for the line there, to see what he can do and where he can improve as they set up for qualifying. But real quick, let's please rise for the playing of our national anthem as a little bit tighter time schedule than normal, done by Mr. Dennis Timothy. Great job out of Dennis Timothy on that kind of Jimi Hendrix type style national anthem. Drivers here today are going to be great as it's Smith, Coleman, Battering, Ebert, Pugh, Bracco, Bensel, Falconer, Jacobson, Garcia, Collins, Moranti, and Woodward. All coming in strong here. A lot of Chevys in the mix, including the brand new Dodge Ram added to the trucks here at iRacing. I tell you what, I'm super excited to see what the Ram can do as they have invaded iRacing. You got a lot of Chevys in the mix. Jamie Pugh's got drivers that have the Chevy. Battering, Ebert, Pugh, Bracco, Jacobson, Garcia, Collins, Moranti, and Woodward. Guys in the Ford is just Bensel. The Toyota, you got Jonathan Coleman, and then the Dodge Rams are going to be Smith and Falconer. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. You hear yourself doing donuts? I don't know about that. Are you doing donuts at this? No, you can't be doing no donut. No, see, you're not doing any donuts. There's no donuts there. There's none. I see no smoke on that 05. Jamie Pugh, everybody, in the chat as I am doing this off a replay. He is one of the drivers. He is driving that Chevrolet Ally machine. His teammate racing for under Pugh Racing is at the top of the leaderboard, however. That is driver Brandon Smith, myself actually, racing the monster Dodge Ram. Shout out to all the fans in the stands, though. Seriously, you guys are great. Also, all the drivers that did show up, you guys are awesome. For the most part, it was a pretty chaotic race. We're coming up on practice time here. As Jamie Pugh's just parked, ready to make his notes there. Wait, what is going on here? There is Elliot Jacobson in the 13 trying to exit pit road. Okay, he's not doing anything. The drivers are still making their way. Still making their way to the track. That is actual Elliot Jacobson in that U.S. Army number 13. With a little bit of a glitchy problem going on. It looks like Jonathan Coleman's bringing the firewater machine out in the 801. That is a very long number for me to be pronouncing, but the show must go on. As drivers are going to be making their way to qualifying here very shortly. You see some drivers testing out what line they can do early on and how they can capitalize on during qualifying, just trying to get a feel for it. A lot of, when it comes to Talledega Super Speedway racing, anything and everything can and will happen here, as it's one of the fastest tracks on the schedule, if not the fastest. Drivers are clocking in at speeds at 184 to 188 miles an hour inside the draft for obvious reasons. Top time, of course, done by Mr. Smith at 52.45. Coleman right behind him, 52.46, 52.52, 52.53, and so on and so forth. It's very close on the times. And what these, how to get around those times, strategy. How do you handle pit stops, what you do with the pits, all that is going to take effect here. As you see the one of Bracco go down into the pits. Elliot Jacobson still taking a few more laps, it looks like. We really do not have that much time left in practice, as it's, I did jump the replay ahead, so all the timing is wrong on it. Should be about less than 2 minutes, so please don't go anywhere. Stay tuned for this brief message from the network.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? But let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer. They wanna let the world decay. They tell us lies and fade away, fade away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake at the back of the pack, kill it anyway. ourselves, never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves, we won't let the world burn away. Burn away, we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. And we feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway. To blame, haters face the world's mistakes. Wake it through the back of the pack, kill it anyway.
All right, as we're watching qualifying unfold, drivers are still on their outlaps and just getting set up to get started. Ebert, Smith, Collins, Bracco, Benzel, Moranti, all on track right now, putting in their qualifying. You see them holding that high side line. That's going to be optimal here, as they are getting somewhat of a side draft from it. Now, you see them cut down. They're going to go all the way to the low side and seeing how this one progresses. Smith goes top shelf here as he takes on his first lap. Lap time 54.85. Moranti gets across the line 55.36, 0.5 off pace. Gabriel Garcia in that number 0. He's getting out on track with Ebert. Ebert goes P2, Benzel P3. Moranti stays in P4 with Bracco P5. Coleman and Collins getting their hot laps, quick laps in. Garcia takes it to the pits. Coleman and Collins still on track. Looks like Collins is setting up for his flying lap here. Collins goes P5 in fact. Moranti goes top shelf, goes in front of Smith. 54.84, time to beat. Bracco, Benzel, guys are still trying to dial it in a little bit more. Daniel Falconer looks like he's qualifying P, just getting stepped out there. Dylan Moranti stays out, comes down pit road. He's just going to bring it in. Jonathan Coleman shuts it down. He goes P1, 54.80 on that lap. What a great lap time, actually. Dakota Collins stepped up, goes P4. As drivers are still trying to get settled in here. Falconer gets it out there. He's just maintaining a good line. Looks like he's on the low side, holds it right about where you want to hold it, actually. Gabriel Garcia is still trying to get his time in. Looks like Elliot Jacobson comes out. Jonathan Coleman's still on top of the leaderboard. Elliot Jacobson did take the pit. He's having to come out a little bit later. Falconer is coming across the line now. This should be the lap that does count. Gets across the line. Jumps up into P4. Gets in between. Right in front of Collins, in fact. Gabriel Garcia goes P7. As we're still waiting on battering Pugh, Jacobson, Woodward to take center stage. It is Ivan. I am doing this off of a replay, actually, as I was really in this one. Coleman, Moranti, Smith, Falconer, and Collins are top 5 in qualifying. Is that something to be said for what's to come? Who knows? Drivers are very chaotic during the race, and anyone can win it. Falconer steps up to the plate and goes to P2. What a great run out of that number 4. Jacobson and Woodward now. Woodward stepping out there. Battering and Pugh remain in the pits. We got just over 2 minutes of qualifying left. So drivers are going to have to be really patient. Watchful of what the lines they take here. Woodward is taking a little bit different approach to qualifying, as I've seen him take a little bit different line. That could help him. Because he's got that Budweiser machine. He's taking a slightly different line than everybody else, which could help him. I think he's just kind of letting the truck do its own little thing, as you see him running about a full car width up. And he's bringing it down in from there, actually, into the turns. Very interesting qualifying run out of Woodward. We'll see if it pays off, as he's looking to maybe grab pole away from Coleman. Getting across the line. Woodward goes P1. Shuts it down 54.77. What a lap time out of that one. Great run out of him, too, as that puts him up in P1. So now the running order on the top 5 is Woodward, Coleman, Falconer, Moranti, and Smith. All hoping to etch their name in the record books here tonight. Yes, that is correct. Ivan, you got to watch. I'm not giving any spoilers out there. I will tell you it was an interesting race. As Woodward is on top of the leaderboard, 54.77 the time to beat. Looks like nobody else is coming out. So don't go anywhere, race fans, as we're coming to the beginning of this one here in no time. Stay tuned. qualifying is over, and now we go to the grid here tonight today to see where we're at. Trevor Woodward and Jonathan Coleman will line up in row 1. Row 2 is going to be Daniel Falconer and Moranti. Smith and Collins will line up in row 3 right next to one another with Ebert and Garcia in row 4. Row 5 is going to be Bracco and Elliot Jacobson with Cody Benzel and Kevin Battering in row 6. And bringing up the rear of the grid is going to be Jamie Pugh as he's going to start from the back. The last and first challenge is engaged. Let's go and crank it loud.
But you want to, I don't believe anything you want to say or do. Can you hear them? The bombs are sweet, like a symphony of hell. Bombs on my tongue, in the sky like fireworks. Calls my name. You know it's not enough for me. I wanna tell you something that I'm holding the bag. Honey, you are the worst. A single moment is so alive, yeah. Change is happening, changing the light, yeah. It's so obvious.
That pace car comes off. We're getting ready to fire off for the very first time. Catalina's got her hands in the air and she's gonna swing around like she don't care eventually as we come to the restart zone for the very first time here today. Green flag flies and we are racing here in Talledega for the first time with the trucks. 6 and 8, it looks like Coleman, Woodward step out front early on. Moranti, Falconer, Smith. Smith is in this fight here with Collins. It looks like behind Smith, he's got that number 89 of Ben. So the bottom line is starting to form up. That could be trouble for that top side. Dakota Collins steps out. He's going to send it 3 wide. Garcia's going to come underneath. They're going to split the 801. That on the back is shaping up to be pretty dang interesting. As look back here, they are 3 wide and flying. 3 wide this early, I gotta tell you, is not a good sign. However, I just got a report that we are having a deal with the fuel from my imaginary race reporter that we're having fuel issues with a few of the models and trucks as they're not having enough fuel to go really a whole good stretch. They could get a little bit stretched out. Woodward, Moranti, Falconer, Smith, Ebert, Garcia, Bracco, Pugh, Coleman, and Benzel are top 10. Battering, Collins, and Jacobson back behind as they are completely lined up. Nobody's stepping out really crazy like just yet. Look up here though, Jamie Pugh is just taking a look. He's taking a look, he's like, I better not yet. Nobody's stepping out yet. As Woodward and Moranti step up front. Falconer and Smith are just staying in line, waiting for an opportunity here with Ebert. They're all staying in the line back. Smith is giving it a look. Garcia takes the lead. He's going for it. Garcia has no help on that high side. Could be in trouble. Looks like Jamie Pugh will go up and join him. Then they set back down, so I'm not sure exactly what they're playing with those two. They are planning on setting something up eventually, I think, as they're testing the water. Everyone's staying in a line just to look at the back, though. Collins is making a mistake that I already know about, as he is on the high side, one lonely car. Or truck, however you want to say that. One lonely machine on the high side is not going to be good for you. Who goes back here? Jamie Pugh, Gabriel Garcia, they step out. So Garcia and Pugh step out. They got help behind them if they can stay up there. Smith comes up and out of the line. He steps up to the front side, gives Garcia something to pull his draft on. And now the high side is starting to pull up. On the high side, you got Smith, Garcia, Pugh, and Collins. Pulling something that could be a little different here. But Woodward, Morocco, Falconer, and Morocco are top five. As drivers are trying to make a run work on that high side, they need a few more trucks though to make that stick. Plus Smith needs to learn how to hold a line, I guess. It's a little bit wiggly up there, so it kind of shakes it up a little bit. Trevor Woodward leads the way here. We're 6 laps of 77 here. All right, there, Ivan. Sounds good. Yes, I will definitely keep the high side is still trying to develop a run on that low side as we're talking about this, as the front group is absolutely flying. You know, when you go back to a few of them, they're still all running right around that 52.5 lap time. So really good pace out of all the trucks. My loving wife Jenna happens to be watching. I hope you're enjoying the show so far. I hope you're cheering me on as she just stepped into the room, everybody. My loving wife Jenna. She is here in the booth with me. She got off of a long day at work. As Woodward and Morocco continue to pound down here tonight, or today I should say. Oh, big wreck in the back. Looks like it's Collins and Pattering. Big wreck, yellow flag flies. Here, 8 laps in, first caution comes out. As man, what chaos ensued right there on that one. I would jump back to the replay, but the replay is broken when I'm in replay mode. Woodward is out in front. He's got Moranti, Falconer, Ebert. Looks like it's going to be Bracco and Smith with Garcia, Coleman, Benzel. Of course, we're going to see what these drivers select to do here. 8 laps in. Are they going to pit? Are they not going to pit? We'll find out here very shortly for what drivers elect to take a pit. Looks like the one is actually setting up to take a pit here in the right out the gate. We'll be back after this brief message from the network, and we'll get back to the action.
I got ambition, had a vision in my heart. The hard decision, turn the lights off, check, set the mic up. Turn the lights off on this utopia. When my mind's on, the ambition flows. I won't fall for the solutions. They try to stop us, keep us secluded. I desire something greater. I won't be confined, overcoming my sorrows, leave it all behind. You see a brighter future, I see a world of lies, a place where dreams come true, but our hopes go to die. No more condemnation, no more false tomorrow. You live in fabrication, but my time won't be borrowed. I won't be held captive by these fake people with their masks on, here to take my heart, my ambitions to the grave. To all these sick people, it's just a game. I desire something greater. I won't be confined, overcoming my sorrows, leave it all behind. In this world full of chaos, I will find my peace. Motivation is a decoy, discipline is key. I was drowned in these waters, didn't know where the stream would get me. Swear it felt just like torture, till you showed how to set myself free. Ooh, I won't go, I won't go, I will stay here with you. Ooh, cause I know I'll be lost without you. Just like the angels, I need your wings to carry me far from these devilish things. Even if darkness leaves me tonight, I know I'm still seeing your ocean eyes. Even if darkness leaves me tonight, I know I'm still seeing your ocean eyes.
pace car comes up. Jenna Lee's got her hand out. The green flag is ready. Here we go, as the flag came out a little bit too soon on that part. Still waiting on the replays to actually catch up. Green flag flies here, and we are racing once again here in Talledega, and it is going to be a shootout, I think. The 6 and the 27 almost get together side by side. So you're just kind of holding up on the high side there. It looks like Falconer is still leading the way. Woodward right behind. Moranti trying to find a way to get down and in. Not seen it just yet, as we're going to have to just maybe rely on the side trap. There's the 25 of Smith and the 05 along with Dakota Collins, who was involved in the last incident. All coming for it on that high side. They're trying to get to Moranti to help him out as they know he's in a war near the front, and here it goes. Now the high side is absolutely flying. Stay in line. Kind of dip in behind the number 27 there of Moranti. Moranti's getting a little bit of help now from the 25. That's Smith in that monster machine. He's got Jamie Pugh helping him right there. Also, Gabriel Garcia came to the top line. So Garcia looks to do something different. Collins steps out of line. Garcia comes to the bottom. Now Garcia gets to the top line. And now they got 3 or 4 cars lined up. It looks like Moranti's getting scored up front. And we got a battle up the front. A little bit of lead change going on. Let's go take a look and show how it's been done so far. It looks like a really crazy recap there, as it does not catch up on that. Got a few lead changes here. Smith looking to try to help Moranti out, just getting right in that draft to get him pushed towards the front. Try to clear the front, if you can clear the front driver, but the bottom line is being the preferred line actually for some weird reason. Everybody's kind of remaining calm at this point. Moranti gets scored up front. Does not come down just yet, as they know they're trying to clear a whole bunch of drivers. Smith and Moranti come down. Pugh goes to the top side. He's going to lock it down up on the top. Teammates working together, controlling both lines. Now Smith goes to the bottom. Stays down. Moranti cuts right back in front of him. And now there's Pugh and Moranti on the front. Pugh's getting scored in front. And now Jamie Pugh is going to be leading this race. Driver of the 05 leading the race, nearly door to door with the 0. 3 wide in the back. Still 3 wide with the 6, the 11, and the 4. 3 wide this early. Now 05, 27, 25, break 3 along with the 4 and the 1. They're really starting to hang it out there. Of course, everybody on the last pit stop did wind up taking fuel. It looked like everybody came down pit road. Go to the back, they're too wide and racing, but they were lined up. They wind up essentially catching that front pack. The 05, the 27, the 25 are all absolutely flying. Stayed just ahead of everybody by at least a truck length. Now the four hugged up, and now it's really tightened up. Dylan Maranti gets back to the line and is giving the 05 a little push. Of course, that Pew Racing machine is absolutely doing a great job of staying out front, keeping it in line. Everybody else is kind of wherever here right now. See drivers kind of looking to maybe come down pit road eventually. Not a whole lot of changes going on right now. Except for Gabriel Garcia gets some guys lined up on the high side. He's going to lead the way for a high side run. The downfall of that is he's only got 3 trucks joining that little battle up there. We're currently 17 laps in, got about 60 left to go. 25 maybe so you can get tightened back up in there. Starts to allow everybody to come in. 05 goes up, does a little bit of draft block. And the 0 of Gabriel Garcia winds up on the trying to push to get to the front. He's getting down in front of the 05. Might be doesn't stop. It looks like he does. He comes down along with the 6. They get out of line a little bit. So they're actually all staying in line. The 0, the 6, though 05, 8, 9, and the 11 now is in the picture. They really just aim to tighten. They gotta get it tightened up if they want to make a run on that high side. And a few of the trucks are just spread out just enough where the top side can't come down there. It looks like this could be one heck of a race. Small amount of trucks, but they're actually staying pretty clean so far. As nobody's really given too big of an edge here or an advantage. You see the 0 out in front is Gabriel Garcia. We've had about 4 or 5 different leaders so far in this race. Of course, has led 4 laps. Go down the line. Gabriel Garcia's led 2. Matthew Ebert hasn't led the lap yet. Trevor Woodward, of course, has led 8. Bracco has led. JB Pugh was up in the lead for a Dylan Morant did lead a lap. A little bit of wiggling going on. Not sure exactly what's going on at that point. Looks like they are, with the short fuel load, they are coming up on pit stops. Very short fuel load, in fact. They're a load with 50% fuel this race. Full fuel running in. A truck is usually about 30 laps with them. job just staying spaced out. Ebert's going to come across the line. He's going to lead his first lap of the race. As drivers are looking when they're going to come down pit road next. It's Collins, of course, up in second. Draco. Then we got Garcia. Garcia, of course, the only truck, one local truck on the high side. Falconer, Moranti, Woodward, Smith, Benzel, Coleman, Jacobson. Battering way in the back as he's lost the draft. Nobody's really giving up at all right here. Kind of just going through what is the fuel run going and everything else. As Matthew Ebert remains up front. Of course, they are getting close to that fuel load to where they need to take a pit stop. There are mandatory pit stops in this race in particular. Other than that, it would not be that way. For all those in the stands, so if you'd like to see and want to see more of this style of racing, hit that like button, hit that sub button. I'll be doing a similar deal next week on Saturday. Right around the same time, if I am allowed to. So I do broadcast quite a bit, so there's actually different platforms of racing, or multiple different styles of racing, I should say, on this network. Monday night, of course, you're going to want to come on board and check it out as the Prime Grid Racing Zone, the Grand Prix Series. And then it goes to the Cup Series on Wednesday night. Now, these guys will be racing again on Tuesday night, broadcasted on Saturday off of the race replay. Drivers are still remaining really calm. Down pit road, it comes a few of them. Nearly all the leaders come down pit road. And pit lane has just got busy as Bracco stays out. Same with battering. So Ebert, Collins, Garcia, Moranti, Falconer, Smith, all those guys are taking a pit here. They come down pit road. They're all staying in a line. Bracco is now the race leader. It looks like on the exit is Moranti, Collins, Woodward, Smith, Pugh, Garcia, Ebert, Benzel, Falconer. Lost the pit road party a little bit. There's Coleman and Jacobson, who stayed out. And now Bracco and Battering are coming down. So Moranti is now the race leader here, right in front of Collins. And right behind Collins, they got Smith, Pugh, and Garcia. As they do have to give it full throttle here to get everybody all back in the line. But you're gonna, lead pack cars could be burning a whole lot of fuel. Jamie Pugh's coming back down pit road. Pugh had a penalty. Pugh caught for speeding in the pits, gives that one up. Moranti, Collins, Smith, our top three, and they are out in front. Moranti, of course, has no help except for Bracco. Collins, Smith, and Woodward are all lined up. Garcia's kind of paired up with Ebert. Benzel and Falconer are in their own little group. Coleman is on his own. Pugh is going to be on his own also. Jacobson is all the way at the back. Along Battering is having a struggling race here today. But leading the race is Moranti out in front. Very interesting to see what happens here. As now Smith closes the door on Collins. Moranti's way underneath. That does open the door for Moranti. Comes underneath, gets right behind Smith. And now Dakota Collins is going to lead this race. Right in front of the 6 of Trevor Woodward. Got about 50 laps remaining. My wife Jenna, if you didn't hear, gave me a kiss on the cheek. I feel like a blushing little boy. As guests, everybody, if you hear in the background, that is my lovely wife Jenna, as she is watching the stream. Dakota Collins leads the way, everybody. I'm going to take a brief commercial break from the network. Conditions here at Talledega. The front 5, Collins, Woodward, Bracco, Smith, and Moranti all still staying out in front. Now Hebert is formed up with his own little group of Hebert, Garcia, Bentel, and Falconer. Of course, then we Coleman, Pugh, Jacobson, and Battery all kind of wound up on their own after either a penalty or just losing the draft. The front five, of course, steadily keeping grips on this thing as we were 7 laps in. So they're looking at another pit very soon. As the truck was not planned correctly, just saying the fuels was wrong, but all in all, it got straightened out very well by the admin team at RevLine. A little bit chaotic, but as Collins stays out front though, there's Elliott Jacobson on that low side, just lets everybody go by. He says, all right, I'm just gonna bring this thing puppy home. As he goes a lap down, Battery is 2 laps down. Looks like the lead truck, they're still steadily pulling away. Collins has to step out. Take fuel. This allows the rest of them to go by him, so he can just duck down in between. So Woodward, Bracco, and Smith are top 3 with Moranti and Collins. Ebert, Garcia, Bensel, Falconer, Coleman are top 10. The back truck, nobody's really racing it out right now. It's all guys really lined up. Staying really calm, really patient, just planning it out what's going to happen. As at this time they know about the fuel issue. But the other important part that you guys want to do is maybe plan out a tire strat too, just in case, to see when you want to burn tires, when you don't, how you want to do everything. As it's only nearly a halfway point here. See if 10 laps in. My wife is such a peach. She's my loved wife. We're looking into starting some new stuff where we do some behind the scenes footage you might not always see, like such as me sitting at my race seat and how much stuff in front of me I have most of the time, or what I'm always staring at. As I got about 4 or 5 different apps up, if anybody's wondering. All the time run online stream. Trevor Woodward is back in the lead now. As Woodward, Bracco, Smith, Moranti, and Collins all just kind of plow their way ahead. They're being very cautious, not going to hit one another. However, the second group of Ebert, Garcia, Bensel, and Falconer all staying in the line also. So don't know what's going to happen, if they're going to regroup up or what. It looks like drivers are staying really calm here so far. Anyway, because the end of the race is not here. Talledega at most times is going to be very chaotic. Kind of go and jump on board here with that is Garcia. You can see what he's looking at right now is just trying to stay on it and trying to get into that draft. You hear him letting out a little bit. That's just so he doesn't hit the other truck. Very draft dependent right now. As in order to keep pace, you have to have draft. Lets out, lets it roll. Yellow. Oh my! Yellow flag flies. Looks like this is a looks like it's a stage type deal. Nobody actually wrecked. So drivers are going to catch up to the pace truck here on lap 38 and get ready to bring it down pit road. They all slow down, waiting for that pace car to get around. It's Woodward, Bracco, Smith, Moranti, and Collins. Our top 5 so far. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned as it's not over yet.
Move your body, feel the flow, do your moves. Do the moves, let it show, feel the rhythm, take control, grow the beat,
Move your body.
Legend. I have nothing to lose. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up. Wake up. I know what's real. Escape reality. Hardwired. chapter at our place in the stars. This is the world you've made yourself. Now you have to live in it. The end is in our sights. The future is already here. No matter how hard we tried, we're doomed. Say your goodbyes. Brace yourself. I can see the end inside. Three, two, one, hardwired.
As we come to the line one more time here in Talledega, is going to be excellent, I think. We're coming to the gently restart zone once again. And she's going to call it. Green flag's going to fly, and we are racing once again here. Take a look. It looks like the 6 of Woodward. Then we got Bracco, Morocci. Hebert is on that high side with the 4 to the 4 underneath. Then of course you have, oh my, some guys pull off. And Falconer comes through with Smith. Smith is set up there. Ebert, Garcia, Collins, all in a row. Jamie Pugh is in that fight too, as he stays up there. He likes to go top side with Collins. So Collins and Pugh working the high side. Nobody else went with him though. Pugh stays underneath. Pugh stays to the bottom. It looks like Falconer, Smith, Ebert, Garcia, and Collins with James Pugh are all lined up. But check this out. Smith jumps top side with Garcia and Collins. Jamie Pugh, he's got the line going. Smith could have enough to take over the lead of this race on that high side. For the first time here tonight, Smith is gonna now be our leader. Smith dropped down. Collins is 3 wide with Garcia at the 4 of Falconer. Big wreck in the back. That will bring out the caution as you got to race all the way around to the start and finish line now. Smith, our leader here after that one. It looks like Dakota Collins involved in another wreck here tonight. Tough go as he was involved in the first wreck and the second one. I don't know exactly what happened on this one. But we are under a caution flag here once again in Talledega. It looks like Brandon Smith and Daniel Falconer are going to lead the way on this restart. So very interesting to see what happens here. Going forward, as looks like they caught the pace car, so they're gonna all slow down and allow that pace car to go around. Don't go anywhere, race fans, as I'll be right back after this brief message from the network.
about to turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. 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 We about to turn it on. Go, 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 go. We about to turn it on. Turn it on. We about to turn it on. Turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. Turn it. We about to turn it on. 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 Turn it on, go, 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 go. We about to turn it on.
Come to the line one more time. Here we go. Smith, Ebert, our race leaders right now. It looks like the 05, Jamie Pugh, is back in order with the 1 in the second row, which is going to be a big help for Smith as he's teamed up with Pugh. Game on here, and guess what? Brandon Smith is still our new race leader. Can he hold it? Like Jamie Pugh is trying to give him a little bit of a push, trying to just keep it just close enough to give him some speed. It's like Pugh is giving him a big push down that back stretch. All over the rear with that chip. Looks like the bottom line is getting still pretty well lined up, as it was short-lived for Smith, as now it's not so much. Looks like we have the, it looks like we have number down to 61 and Corey Benzel getting in this fight here with the Mac Tools machine. Matthew Ebert leads the way here. Guy Bracco right behind him at number 1. As the two lines are not giving an inch to one another. On the back straight, that high side obviously gets a good run. Will it stay? Will it hold that way is another story. Smith gets the nose chopped a little bit there. Just stay right in a line. Goes Ebert, Bracco, Smith, Benzel, and Collins. Our top 5. Collins stays up. Benzel comes underneath. Bethel's looking to close that gap to the 25 just to make sure nobody can really cut in there. 0.5 drops down the line. It's Ebert, Bracco, Smith, Benzel, Collins. Looks like Garcia, Woodward, Falconer, all still pretty lined up. Coleman is also in this fight in the 801. Collins getting extra fight, he dropped it down there. Kind of asking for trouble if something happens. Never want to count somebody's nose too hard, you know what I mean? It's just adding bad trouble. Matthew Ebert still our race leader here. Does look like the high side is starting to form up though with, as Trevor Woodward, Gabriel Garcia, Dakota Collins starting to form up. As everybody's just remaining really patient, really calm, and just staying on it here. We got 27 to go. Collins doors the 94 off track. 94 saved it, but it's one that is, we'll call it a questionable call. That one is not a good one to have happen sometimes, but it does happen. Staying kind of right on this front pack as they kind of shifting gears. There's the 6th of Trevor Woodward regaining the lead. Looks like Gabriel Garcia is giving him a little bit of a push. Gonna help as Matthew Ebert is still in a race. It's kind of torn right now between Ebert and Woodward as they kind of jump back and forth a little bit. Everyone's kind of staying calm. Trevor Woodward regains the lead and gets down in front, and there it is. Woodward had just enough to clear the 89, came on down to the bottom side, left 0 to 61 up there high and dry. Said, not today, I'm just going to do what I want. Got just over 25 laps to go as we're coming to the line. 25 to go. Quite a bit of racing left. Drivers need to focus where they want to be going to the end. Collins shoves the quarter panel of Smith. Sounds like a caution as they all idle down. Smith not going to be happy about that one as he got a swift quarter panel. We're back under caution here tonight. As it looks like Woodward, Ebert, Bracco, and Garcia with Benzel will be leading the way. Coleman, Collins, Falconer, Moranti, Pugh, Smith came out right in front of the 94 after that one with Kevin Battering. Is bringing up the rear now. Elliot Jacobson way back here. He's just still kind of catching up. But now Trevor Woodward, the guys up front, got to decide what they want to do. Don't go anywhere, race fans. This one is far from over. car comes off, and Jenna Lee has her hands in the air. Just waiting for the restart zone to hit. She pulls the green flag, and we are green flag and flying here. The bottom line doesn't take off. Big check up in the back. The 89 coming across the line first on that one. Wonder if that wasn't a rule break at all. As across the start and finish line before the other car. I don't know if there was a penalty out of that or not, but I'm sure they're all over it. Falconer, Coleman, Benzel, Ebert, Collins, Woodward, Bracco, Garcia, Moranti, Battering, Jacobson, and Smith. All kind of lined up. Smith back in it after that incident with Collins. Falconer, Coleman, Benzel, and Collins up the top four here. Got Woodward, Garcia, Bracco, Moranti. All right in that mix. Gets underneath somebody, big wreck. Don't know what caused that one, but you know, the show must go on. Falconer, Coleman, Woodward, Bracco, and Garcia are top five. And Falconer's got to be happy about this one, as he knows that we're 58 laps in. Got a very short amount of time remaining. Now, what drivers decide to do next is going to probably decide what they can do going forward. But a lot of these drivers are going to probably watch what the leader does, if I had to take a guess on it. Very interesting race and how things have progressed. Unfortunately for Dakota Collins, being involved in 4 incidents now. You got to think of it. If he's thinking about a different strategy going into this one, what kind of deal it would be. Daniel Falconer is out in front with Jonathan Coleman. And Trevor Woodward. It looks like it's going to be Falconer and Coleman. When they come to the line again, don't go anywhere. to the restart zone one more time. Drivers are all lined up. They're all set. Jenna Lee's got her hands in the air, and we are going to be green flag shortly as they come to the restart zone. Green flag flies, and we are racing once again here. Now the first order is Woodward, Garcia, Falconer, Coleman, Battering, Moranti, Collins, Ebert, Bracco, Smith, Pugh, Jacobson, and Benzel. Everybody's on the lead lap now as they've had enough cautions to get them recycled back in and get them refired off properly. We got 16 laps to go. Looks like Collins is going for it on the high side once again as doesn't really get lined up anywhere. Smith gets right on that number one, gets close the door for Collins. Collins has to stay high with the same with the one. Trevor Woodward and Daniel Falconer are leading the way here. The high side though is starting to form up as it looks like, oh, that's the 94 of Kevin Battering. Battering might have a run here to get moving. Battering lines him up and says, okay, get on my back door and let's go as he leads the way on the high side. A few other drivers looking to join in with them. There's the 89, Matthew Ebert. They're trying to make the run stick on that high side. Nobody's giving too much of anything at all here. As they all just kind of stay lined up. 14 laps to go. 14 laps the distance here. No real changes going on amongst the drivers, though. The battle for the lead is on, though, as Kevin Battering has led that high side to the front. You see the 1 and the 11 step on the line. They're trying to maybe get something going here. Looking to push it 3 wide as Collins takes the lead. The 94 just comes down low. Gets right in front. He's going to go out and lead 3 laps here. As you hear the RPMs are way up here, way up right now. Speeds are clocked in around 186 to 188 miles an hour right now amongst these trucks. Generating some pretty good amount of speed out as he continues through the turns and lap in and lap out here. Another lead change is about to happen, I think, because number one is out front lead, but also good runs on the high side. Looks to come down, can't exactly bring it down. He likes to come out of it, but that also slowed down the high side. And number 94, Kevin Battering, was at the back, finds himself leading here today. And a big shift, Collins goes underneath, he's gonna force it 3 wide. Careful, boys, don't want to wreck nothing. Nearly 4 wide. At the back, they're getting crazy as the time is clicking down. Drivers know what is going on here. Back here, the battle is continuing. As as drivers aim to close stuff up, close the ranks up so you can't duck in and out of traffic. Battering Woodward, Falconer, Coleman, Garcia leading the way for the top 5. Moranti, Smith, Collins, Ebert, Bracco are the top 10. Jamie Pugh looks like he's got a line. He's been kind of teamed up with Moranti, Smith, and himself all day long. And he's going to close that and tighten the ranks up on the bottom. They all get lined up, and now the high side is down to 3 trucks, and the bottom is flying. That's not a position you want to be in at the end of the day, as the middle of the pack is by far the most dangerous to be in super speedway racing. As drivers are made very calm, Garcia comes to the top part of it. Moranti's going to sneak in there with Smith and Pugh right behind. They're going to try and close up that gap to make sure that bottom line can't come down. Watch the front now. Got less than 10 to go. These drivers are going to get extra desperate this time or after this. You see the flat collecting down? That is almost time for no more show time here. So all the positions they make up have got to be very decisive. You don't want to be over aggressive either. Go back to Garcia. Garcia's kind of just riding in. He did get between Smith and Moranti, who have been kind of pairing up. He drops back up to the high side. Smith's going to try and close that gap up, so Garcia can't come down. Collins is still running that high side. Big push out of Collins. And now they're going 3 wide, nearly 4 wide coming across the line. They are getting extra crazy, extra risky here. And this is what Talledega is all about. This is where you get extra crazy. You do not want to make a mistake this late in the game either. 8 laps to go, 3 wide and flying. Garcia drops down in front of the 801. Then he drops down in front of Moranti, it looks like. As this backpack is kind of losing it a little bit. Badman is out in front. He's leading the way in front of Woodward and Falconer. It looks like Garcia now joins that mix. Coleman starting to try and maybe form something up on that high side if he can get to go. And as it goes, they split the difference. Coleman's in trouble as they split and they go around him. They leave him there high and dry. They say, oh, sorry, dude, we're going to just kind of split you. We're going to split the difference here. As drivers remain lined up, now Trevor Woodward gets to become the race leader once again. 3 wide coming across the line. Woodward high and dry, and that is where you don't want to be at, in the middle of 3 wide. Trucks come down, get extra bumping. Don't do no bump bang. You gotta be nice, you gotta be smooth. A little bit of door-to-door action in there somewhere. There, a little bit door-to-door up high to the wall. The one is upside down on Flynn. And we are going to the we're going to a restart. as they're going to restack him and re-rack him as the one found himself on his lid. Here tonight, he is down in the grass, not firing off. That was an ouch, along with Jonathan Coleman. Big time trouble out of him, too. Dakota Collins, though, finds himself out in the lead of this race after that one, with Ebert battering Falconer, Garcia, Woodward, Moranti, Smith, Pugh, and Jacobson. If you're liking what you see, though, do hit that sub button, do hit that like button, as it is far from over here. We got 4 laps to go here at Talledega. The desperation is going to set in, and drivers are going to wind up getting crazy here. So I hope everybody's enjoying the show here as much as I am. Also, stay tuned for Monday night as Prime Grid Racing comes back with a little bit of F1 action, as those drivers there will travel to another country and they will be clocking into another great time at Hockenheimring. And of course, Cup Series is coming back with that same group on Wednesday night, with a little bit of Coda West, a little bit of road action out of the Cup cars. And after that, Blackout Racing League Xfinity Series is going to be great as they travel to Echo Park for a little bit more super speedway action. So don't go anywhere, race fans. Stay tuned, because the race is far from over. And I hope you guys are all enjoying it as much as I am.
Oh, hi. It's me again. I missed you. You remember me, right? I'm not only there at night. You seem a little nervous in your head. It's like a creepy circus. Are you ready for the show? desire. You take me higher than I've ever been before. Now running on fire, temperature rising, and I can't take it anymore. I'm never ever on my own. I got you, you got me, and that's why we're meant to be. I'm never ever on my own. I got you, you got me, and that's why we're meant to be.
Pace car comes down. Collins leads away as we come to the restart zone one more time. Green flag flies, and we are racing once again here at Talledega. Drivers are staying pretty calm here on this restart. Not really. Seeing extra risky moves getting made there. Collins, Ebert battering. Moranti. And Trevor Woodward. Woodward gives a big push to Moranti. Moranti looks like he might be able to get something going on that high side. With looks like Woodward right behind him still. 3 wide in the back, 3 Moranti goes for the pass. And now Dylan Moranti has control of this race. Becomes the white flag. See a whole lot of everything else going on here. Moranti has the lead. The cars get turned. Really missing somebody's 94 and right back here, 3 wide with Smith and Pugh. 94. Oh my. Carnage in the front, Carnage in the back. 94 gets caught up. Smith rolls through. Smith is rolling through like a boss. He gets up to the third. There's 94. Gets around. At the line, it is Coleman, Woodward, battering Jacobson and Smith. Our top 5 here tonight at the line. What a run out of Coleman and Woodward. And we rewind this one back. We're going to do this all live here. Don't do this very often, as I do got a special type of camera here. You want to see how close this finish was? All right, we'll indulge people real quick. This is them coming to the line. Here is the starter cam. Here is the finish right here, the finish line. Boom. As we rewind it back. Oh, I just missed it. But here tonight, Coleman gets the win. What a finish at the line for the very first time in a long time. For everybody out there, shout out to everybody that watched this, all the action unfold here at Talledega. Great having everybody on board. Congratulations to Coleman on the race win. And here is the final results of tonight's race. There we go. Coleman, Woodward, battering Jacobson, Smith, Moranti, Garcia, Falconer, Collins, Pugh, Bensel, Ebert, and Bracco. And after that race, here is the point standings right there. See it, Coleman and Woodward up at the top, 5-point separation. Then you got Battering, Jacobson, and Smith all separated by a very slim margin of points for the top 10 here. For everybody out there watching, greatly appreciate everybody checking in here and seeing what we're cooking here at the network. Shout out to my loving wife and all the sponsors that are on board the monster machine that I had here tonight. As I'm going to let you guys go, I'm out of here for the day. Peace.
It's a war when we raid. It's a war when we raid. Where my soldiers are. Where my soldiers are. It's a war when we raid. It's a war when we raid. Where my soldiers are. Where my soldiers are. Left, right, left, right. We're gonna get it tonight. Left, right, left, right. Yeah, it's a war in the raid. Left, right, left, right. We're gonna get it tonight. Left, right, left, right. Yeah, it's a war in the raid.